Good morning student, welcome here. Unit number 6, that is my childhood. Very interesting unit this unit is about Abdul Kalam. A great personality he was, a warrior we can say, and a talented personality of course. So this unit is about the childhood days of Abdul Kalam. I personally like this unit, so I hope you would like this unit too. Let's start this and let's go into the childhood days of Abdul Kalam. Page number 68. Before you read session, can you think of any scientists who have also been statesmen? APJ Abdul Kalam, whose project in space, defense and nuclear technology guided India into the 21st century, became our 11th president in 2002. I think there is no one who can't know that power of Abdul Kalam. He was the 11th president in 2002. In his autobiography, Wings of Fire, he speaks of his childhood days. He has written his autobiography and the name of his autobiography is Wings of Fire. In Hindi, it is Agan Panth. So, in that book, that autobiography, he has mentioned about his childhood days. So here we have some of the part of his autobiography. This is divided into many paragraphs, like 10 or 12 paragraphs. First paragraph, unit 6, paragraph number 1. I was born into a middle class Tamil family in the island town of Rameshwar in erstwhile Madras state. So I means here Abdul Kalam. Means Abdul Kalam is telling that he was born into middle class family of Tamil and he was born in Rameshwar, Madras state. My father Jainulabdin had neither much formal education nor much wealth. Means his father was not that much educated person. The name of his father is Jainulabdin and his father didn't have that much wealth too. Despite these disadvantages, he possessed great innate wisdom and a truly generosity of spirit. Erstwhile means former. Here we have new words. First is erstwhile means former. Second is innate. It means inborn. In one's nature. So here we come to know that his father was not that much rich man and he hadn't got enough education too. Despite these disadvantages, he possessed great innate wisdom and truly generosity of spirit. But it didn't mean that his father was not a great person. Abdul Kalam's father was a generous man and he had possessed a spirit of generosity and innate wisdom in himself. He had an ideal helpmate in my mother, Ashi Amma. The name of his mother was Ashi Amma and his father helped a lot to his mother named Ashi Amma. I do not recall the exact number of people she fed every day. They were not rich people then. Even Ashi Amma, the mother of Abdul Kalam, fed numberless people every day. But I am quite certain that for more outsiders ate with us than all the members of our own family put together. But the spirit of generosity in Ashi Amma and the kindness of her just put together all the family members. Second paragraph. I was one of many children, a short boy with rather undistinguished looks, born to tall and handsome parents. Undistinguished look means Abdul Kalam is telling that he is not a handsome boy. We lived in our ancestral house, which was built in the middle of the 19th century. and they were living in an old house, their ancestors' house, and that house was built during 19th century. It was a fairly large pakka house made of limestone and brick on the Mosque Street in Rameshwar. So they were living in Rameshwar in Mosque Street, and that house was built with limestone and brick. My austere father used to avoid all inessential comforts and luxuries. Austere means simple, strict, and severe. Number 3 new word we got here. Austere means simple, strict, and severe. Means his father was simple, his father was strict even, but his father always avoid unnecessary luxurious life and comfort. However, all necessities were provided for in terms of food, medicine, or clothes. That doesn't mean that his father was a miser man, not at all. His father believed in necessity, means all the necessary things were provided in the form of, in the terms of food, medicine, and clothes. In fact, I would say mine was a very secure childhood, both materially and emotionally. And Abdul Kalam is telling that his childhood days were very secure days, materially as well as emotionally. Means there was no any kind of shortage, no any kind of lack of things. Emotionally also, Abdul Kalam got enough love, care, and emotions and concern from their parents. Number 3 paragraph. The Second World War broke out in 1939. Broke out means to come out suddenly. So it was the time of 1939 and Second World War suddenly emerged out. When I was 8 years old, and at the time of Second World War, Abdul Kalam was 8 years old. For reasons I have never been able to understand, a sudden demand of tamarind seeds erupted in the market. Broke out means came out. And number 5 is erupted means emerged. Suddenly. So when it was the time of Second World War, there was a demand of tamarind in the market. I used to collect the seeds and sell them to the provision shop on Mosque Street. So Abdul Kalam used to collect these tamarind seeds and sold those seeds to the shop in Mosque Street and sell them to the provision shop on Mosque Street. A day's collection would fetch me the princely sum of 1 anna. Princely sum means generous amount. Here number 6 is when Abdul Kalam was so happy to get that amount. Anna means an old Indian coin worth about 6 paise. My brother-in-law Jalaluddin would tell me stories about the war which I would later attempt to trace in the headline in Dinamani. Dinamani is a name of newspaper. So here his brother-in-law Jalaluddin always used to tell the stories of war to Abdul Kalam, and after that Abdul Kalam got the same news from the Dinamani newspaper. Our area being isolated was completely unaffected by the war, but the area where Abdul Kalam was living was totally unaffected to the war. But soon India was forced to join the Allied forces, and something like a state of emergency was declared. Allied forces, the armies of UK, US and Russia during Second World War. The armies of UK, USA, and Russia during the Second World War. And it was the time when emergency was declared. The first casualty came in the form of suspension of the train halt at Rameshwar station. So it was a full of tension days that Allied forces and something like a state of emergency was declared. Student, you just note down these new words. After that I will give some more. Please note down. Nine number new word is casualty. Casualty means a disaster, you can say. So a casualty came in the form of suspension of the train halt at Rameswar station. So it was the effect of that emergency that the train which was stopped there at Rameshwar station was just suspended. The newspaper now had to be bundled and thrown out from the moving train on the Rameshwar road between Rameshwar and Dhanuskodi. So now what happened? Abdul Kalam used to work with his brother-in-law and in this newspaper business. So now what happened? This train was suspended and newspaper now had to be bundled and thrown from the train at road between Rameshwar and Dhanuskodi. That forced my cousin Samasuddin, who distribute newspaper in Rameshwar, to look for a helping hand to catch the bundles, and as if naturally I filled the slot. So what happened? One of the cousins of Abdul Kalam was working in this field of newspaper. He used to collect newspaper. Now what happened? The train was suspended. So that bundle of newspaper had to be thrown. So Samasuddin needed one man to collect this bundle and to do some work for and all. So he just told Abdul Kalam to give him a hand, and Abdul Kalam was ready to help his cousin brother Samasuddin. Samasuddin helped me earn my first wages, and this way Abdul Kalam got his first wages. Half a century later, I can still feel the surge of pride in earning my own money for the first time. Surge means spring. He was so happy to get his first wages, or we can say first money. Every child is born with some inherited characteristics into a specific socio-economic and emotional environment and trained in a certain ways by figures of authority. So it is Abdul Kalam's belief that every child has inherited some of the qualities from the environment of their houses and some of the qualities from their parents. I inherited honesty and self-discipline from my father. So Abdul Kalam was so honest and self-disciplined person. So he told that these qualities of honesty and self-discipline he got, or we can say he inherited from his father. From my mother, I inherited faith in goodness and deep kindness, and so did my 3 brothers and sister. So what did he just inherit from his mother? From his mother, he inherited kindness and goodness for others. Not only Abdul Kalam, but his all the brothers and sister inherited the same quality from their father and mother. I had 3 close friends in my childhood. The name of those 3 friends were Ramananda Shastri, Arvindan and Shiv Prakashan. These three were the best friends of Abdul Kalam. All these boys were from Orthodox Hindu Brahmin family. As we all know that Abdul Kalam was Muslim by caste, and his 3 best friends were Hindu Brahmin Orthodox family. As children, none of us ever felt any difference amongst ourselves because of our religious differences and upbringing. But as a child, Abdul Kalam told that as a child he never felt any discrimination between his friends, between Hindu and Muslim. Means that kind of feeling he never felt when he was a child. In fact, Ramananda Shastri was the son of Pakshi Lakshman Shastri, the high priest of the Rameshwar temple. Later he took over the priesthood of the Rameshwar temple from his father. Arvindan went into the business of arranging transport for visiting pilgrimage, and Shiv Prakashan became a catering contractor of the Southern Railways. So he is describing his friends here. So Ramananda Shastri was the son of Pakshi Lakshman Shastri, and that Pakshi Lakshman Shastri was the highest priest of Rameshwar temple. And after his father, he took over that priesthood. Second, Arvindan went into the business of arranging transport for visiting pilgrimage. And talking about Shiv Prakashan, so Shiv Prakashan became a catering contractor for the Southern Railways. Paragraph number 5. During the annual Sri Sita Ram Kalyanam ceremony, our family used to arrange boats with a special platform for carrying idol of the Lord Ram from the temple to the marriage site, situated in the middle of the pond called Ram Tirth, which was near our house. So there was a ritual to celebrate the ceremony of Sita Ram Kalyanam. So in that what happened? Our family, means Abdul Kalam's family, used to arrange some boats with a special platform for carrying idol of Lord from the temple to marriage site. Means being a Muslim, they never felt that they were Muslim, because see, this ceremony of Lord Ram and Sita, that ceremony, and in that ceremony Abdul Kalam and his family used to make a boat and used to carry that idol of that Lord Ram and Sita, and they just carrying those idol of Lord from the temple to the marriage site. Events from the Ramayana and from the life of Prophet were the bedtime stories my mother and grandmother would tell the children in our family. Prophet is we can say God of this in Islam. So he tells that they used to listen stories of Prophet and they used to listen stories of Ramayana in their at their night time. Yeah, that these were the stories of their bedtime stories. So here we can't see any kind of discrimination among Hindu Muslim in Abdul Kalam's family and in their family members too. Paragraph number 6. One day when I was in 5th standard at the Rameshwar Elementary School. Now he is talking about one of his incidents. When he was in 5th standard and the name of the school was Rameshwaram Elementary School. A new teacher came to our class. So it was the time when new teacher came. I used to wear a cap which marked me as a Muslim. As we all know that a Muslim person, means especially boy or male, used to wear cap. So here Abdul Kalam also used to wear cap in the school. And I always sat in the front row next to Ramananda Shastri, who wore the sacred thread. Sacred thread means janoi. So Abdul Kalam used to wear that cap as he was a Muslim boy, and Ramananda Shastri used to wear sacred thread as he is Hindu. That sacred thread means janoi. And both the students used to sit on first bench. The new teacher could not stomach. Could not stomach means could not tolerate. So when this new teacher saw that Abdul Kalam as a Muslim boy and Ramananda Shastri as a Hindu boy sat together on the first bench, he could not tolerate this thing. A Hindu priest son sitting with a Muslim boy. In accordance with our social ranking as the new teacher saw it, I was asked to go and sit on the back bench. So that was not tolerated by that new teacher, and he just ordered Abdul Kalam to go and sit on the last bench. I felt very sad, and so did Ramananda Shastri. Abdul Kalam was so sad by the behavior of this new teacher, and so as Ramananda Shastri too. Both were not happy. He looked utterly downcast as I shifted to my seat in the last row. As soon as the teacher ordered Abdul Kalam to go to last bench, Abdul Kalam went to last bench, and Ramananda Shastri was continuously looking to Abdul Kalam as I shifted to my seat in the last row, when he just went to sit on the last seat. Downcast means sad or depressed. Ramananda Shastri was so depressed that when he saw that Abdul Kalam was going to sit on last bench, the image of him weeping when I shifted to the last row left a lasting impression on me. And Ramananda Shastri was literally crying when Abdul Kalam was told to sit on last bench, and that image was their long-lasting impression on Abdul Kalam's mind. Means Ramananda Shastri was crying bitterly when he just saw that Abdul Kalam was being threatened or being ordered to sit at last bench. Student, you just note down these new words. After that we will go for 7 number paragraph. Okay students, so this is for today's video. Another paragraphs will be discussed in next video. Now it's time to give you homework, and your homework is write these 12 new words in your book. Okay, very interesting unit this is, so full of moral and messages. We will discuss these moral messages and many interesting things in next video. Okay, take care. Bye. Thank you.